In the untamed corners of America's vast landscapes, a symbol of wild freedom roams. Majestic and resilient, the wild horses of America have captivated hearts for centuries. But today, they face a difficult situation. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we explore the plight of the Mustangs, shedding light on the obstacles they confront in their struggle for survival. As we explore the challenges and controversies surrounding these remarkable creatures, we are reminded of their enduring impact on American history. The roots of wild horses in America can be traced back to the arrival of Spanish explorers in the 16th century. The Spanish brought horses on their expeditions, and some of these horses escaped, or were abandoned, finding freedom in the vast landscapes of North America. As horses spread and multiplied in North America, they adapted to various ecosystems and climates. They thrived in the open grasslands of the Great Plains, the desert landscapes of the Southwest, the mountainous regions of the Rockies, and other diverse habitats. Over time, distinct populations of wild horses evolved, each adapted to its specific environment. The acquisition of horses had a profound impact on the Native American tribes living in the Americas at the time. Prior to the arrival of horses, Native Americans relied on walking, using dogs as pack animals, or utilizing domesticated llamas and alpacas in certain regions. The horse greatly enhanced mobility, allowing tribes to travel greater distances, hunt more efficiently, and engage in warfare with newfound speed and power. Horses also played a crucial role in trade networks, enabling the exchange of goods over vast territories. Nowadays, the cultural importance of wild horses cannot be overstated. They have become synonymous with the cowboy, the pioneer, and the spirit of exploration and adventure. The primary purpose of the Wild Free-Roaming Horses and Burros Act, passed in 1971, is to ensure the preservation and protection of wild horses, as living symbols of the historic and pioneer spirit of the West. The act recognizes the cultural, historic, and ecological value of these animals, and aims to manage them in a manner that allows for their continued existence in a free-roaming state. At first glance, it may seem idyllic. But it's worth noting that the enactment of this act was a response to concerns about the declining numbers of wild horses in the American West. As early as the last century, conflicts have arisen over the population demands of American wild horses, the ecological health of public lands, and the tensions with ranchers. These issues have persisted and intensified over time, even to this day. As people began settling the West, more livestock joined the growing population too, reaching a total of around 2 million wild horses by the late 1800s. However, the spread of civilization also created competition for the land that provides shelter, food, and water for wild horses, and increased the need for domesticated horses. The emergence of domestic and international markets for horse meat further impacted demand for Mustangs, and by the mid-1900s, the number of wild horses roaming the West had dramatically decreased. In 1971, in response to the repeated cruelties and wanton slaughter of the horses, wild Mustangs were designated to be a federally protected species. Today, 86,000 free-roaming horses live on nearly 28 million acres of public lands across 10 western U.S. states. With no natural predators, their numbers are growing by 15 to 20% each year. At this time, the problem arises. One of the foremost challenges affecting Mustangs is habitat loss and fragmentation. The expansion of human activities, including agriculture and urbanization, has encroached upon their natural habitats, resulting in restricted movement, reduced grazing opportunities, and disrupted migration patterns. Another source of difficulty lies in the competition for resources. Wild horses vie with livestock and wildlife for limited resources, such as grazing land and water. Ranchers argue that overgrazing by wild horses can adversely affect ecological balance and degrade rangelands. Ultimately, a critical issue facing the American wild horse population is overpopulation. Without natural predators, their numbers have grown rapidly, leading to overgrazing, land degradation, and resource depletion. To address this concern, the Bureau of Land Management conducts roundups and removals, aiming to manage herd sizes. However, these practices have sparked controversy and drawn criticism from various groups. The captured wild horses that exceed adoption demand find themselves in long-term holding facilities. While intended as a solution, these facilities raise concerns about the welfare of the animals and impose a financial burden on the government. Finding sustainable approaches to manage the increasing number of horses in these facilities is a pressing issue. Perceptions regarding the plight of wild horses are diverse. Some individuals view them as iconic symbols of freedom and the American West's heritage, advocating for their protection and preservation. These individuals emphasize the cultural and ecological significance of wild horses. However, others see them as feral animals that can cause ecological damage, leading to differing opinions on the appropriate management strategies. To tackle these challenges, collaborative solutions and conservation programs have been initiated. Government agencies, private organizations, and communities have forged partnerships to find sustainable management practices. These initiatives aim to increase adoptions, explore alternative uses for wild horses, and strike a balance between population control and habitat preservation. In conclusion, achieving a sustainable balance between population control, habitat preservation, and the preservation of the cultural and ecological significance of wild horses requires collaborative efforts and innovative approaches. Only through these collective endeavors can the American Mustangs thrive and continue to symbolize the spirit of the untamed American West.